I met a gypsy.
To be honest, when I messaged you, I was literally like heated, and I was like, I just wanted to talk.
Yeah.
But that now, like, I'm like, fuck. It's like I didn't want it to be as big as it was,
Yeah.
realistically, because I hate attention like that. But at the same time, I was like, this, you
Yeah.
know. So we can start wherever you want.
Yeah. Well, I just think like I said to you in the text too.
Mm-hmm.
So even my wife was like, "Oh, you sure you want to do it?" And the whole time, like, I kind of figured that you were heated and in the moment. And like I said to you on the text, I'm like, "You're my friend. He's my friend. I've seen friends fight before, and people get over it. And it's, you know, like, there's a lot of shit that goes on in the moment. And I know you guys are both cool, so it's like I feel like it goes away fairly quickly, you know."
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, just how it is, you know, I feel like you, especially me, dude, I'm 30 years old. You know how many of these things I've been through? Yeah, you know, like, it's not like I'm like, I'm not, it's not my first one.
Yeah.
You know? Second thing is, I feel like as I get older, I kind of understand that, like, even guys that are mad at me or I'm mad at them, I feel like everyone's valid because they actually feel that emotion towards someone.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, shit happens. I understand it, like, his position where he's at, because the dude has so much pressure on him to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like, and if he fails at all, the whole world comes down on him. You know, and I've been the same way where I've won a Supercross championship and then really didn't do shit for 3 years. So it's a tough side of our sport, and it's a position you want to be in.
Yeah.
Like, as much as it's a tough thing, it's a position you want to be in because you be cashing checks in that position, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy right now because I feel like, even talking, I was at the dealer thing in Phoenix, and I was just talking to MC, and he was like, dude, if social media was during our day, it would have been crazy.
Oh man, imagine.
You know? And that's just how it is. And the problem is we can get heated now and go on there and just blow up, you know? And then you have, obviously, like, everyone, you know, opinions and everything like that, but it's crazy. At the end of the day, shit'll buff.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if you saw, but, like, so I'll just give you my take. Like, you don't have to say too much then.
Yeah.
I'll give you my take. I was fine with all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just because I'm Australian, but what I saw was a super passionate kid that was fully in the moment and forgot that he was in a stadium with 30,000 people watching him and on live TV. And he just, he wants it so bad that in the moment he does some shit that he wouldn't do in any other circumstance. You know what I mean? And then the management, advisors, team, like, then you got 20 people telling you, like, the right thing to do. And so I heard that he wanted to just see you at press day and, like, talk to you. So, like, and then people were saying call, and then he's like, well, I just want to see him face to face. So, like, there's so many ways that messages can get crossed, you know what I mean? But I commented on your post, the first one of the video, and I was like, I'm glad you guys threw down, and I'm glad you'll make up, you know? And I just think that that's two dudes that are super passionate. Like, and I think it's funny. He couldn't have picked a better, worse person to do it to, you know? Because it's like, and I thought about it as well. I was like, man, this is so Ando's wheelhouse. But you can't instigate this shit because you're on a thin leash with the AMA. Like, they'll come down on you for whatever they could. And then to me, I'm like, Ando just gets an opportunity to kind of, like, run his shit. Like, this is who he likes this stuff. Like, this is what he does, and you're gonna make this into a good situation. Like, if you look at Supercross as a contact sport and you're in the fight game, you're selling the fight. The ratings at A2 are going to be fucking crazy, dude, you know? So at the end of the day, I was like, I'm fine with all this. Like, he's passionate, got heated. Ando put him in his place pretty fucking significantly. And if it's boxing, I'm calling that a 10-9 round to Anderson. And I think that that's pretty much where it stays between you guys, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, the whole thing that happened on the track, dude, I really didn't care. As soon as I left that stadium, I was heated for like 5 seconds, and I really didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I didn't give at all. The issue that I had is just all of his whole team kept coming up, and it really felt like the one thing I feel is like people play fake very much in our sport, in the sense of like you can't make enemies to win a championship, and I'm like, so be fake. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and then it's tough because like I understand you got to play the game. You know, it's just how it is. But what really made me frustrated is it felt super insincere that everyone but him came up to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was honestly, they would have been better off not coming up to me.
Yeah,
And they would have
at
been
all.
better off
Yeah.
just like leaving it till next weekend and not say anything.
Yeah.
Because I would have not even done anything, you know? But it just felt very insincere, you know? And then even after, you know, his post and the call and everything like that from his team, you know what I'm saying? I like, okay, we all have Instagram and we all scope stuff out and we all know who follows us and we all know when they don't follow us. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, you know, you got Danger Boy Deegan, you got Jett, you got Chase. They're a younger generation where there's certain things that are cool.
Yeah.
And what's cool? Only
Following 0 people.
following like 100 people, you know?
Yeah.
So I understand it, but I knew out of those people that he followed, I was one of them. So whenever I get his apology on the thing and then I see he doesn't follow me, I'm like, bro, I scoped it last week, you know? Like I'm like, all right. So it's totally insincere. That's how it felt towards me, you know? And then I'm at Phoenix at a Kawasaki dealer show and I'm scoping this out on the elliptical, dude. I'm just like, just doing my base little elliptical, like, you know,
120, just keeping it there.
working off the dad bod.
That zone too.
Yeah. So, and then I see that and I'm just triggered. I'm triggered. And then I posted what I posted. And then like 2 minutes later, I'm like, fuck.
Then you can't delete it.
I can't delete it, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's out there, you know?
Yeah.
Like I didn't necessarily want to post it. I was upset. Get back to the hotel room. I tell Kenzie, I'm like, fuck, I went off, you know?
I snapped.
Yeah. But to be honest, I feel like it felt like they almost like, his thing was whatever, and then it almost felt like I felt disrespected.
Yeah.
And I just got instigated, you know?
Yeah.
But it is what it is, you know? Now, it's whatever. Now I got to text Lucas. I got to be like, hey, did you send that check to the AMA? Text back 1 for yes and text 2 for no. You know?
Yeah, and reply stop to stop receiving these messages.
Exactly. So, I don't know. Like I said, luckily we live in a world where people's attention span is like one day.
Yeah.
So whatever he's getting, he's gonna be a race winner and he's gonna win races and he can change people's opinion. And that's a cool thing about us as humans is if you are consistent enough, whatever people's opinions were about him or whatever, it'll buff.
Yeah.
You know, and people are going to forget about it in 2 weeks. As soon as he hits the top step of the podium, they're going to be like Prodigy, you know? But at the same time, I'm getting old and I don't want to get out of here, you know? So I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, and I mean, you were doing the thing that you were paid to do on the track.
Yeah.
And he was doing the thing that he was paid to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that I'd be mad. Like, let's say I'm in that camp and Jett has that night where, like, he rode great. He came from damn near last to get 4th on the night. It's like, that's a great ride, right? And he's pissed. Like, getting 4th to him sucks.
Yeah.
So if you're in his team, if you're Lars, if you're Dazzy, and you see Jett get 4th and ride back and be pumped and want to spray champagne, like, that's almost a red flag. If you're the kid that everyone's saying that you are, you know? So it's like, I get that. And that was the thing that I took. I'm like, I laughed because I felt like you kind of got the better of the exchange at the end. But then I was also pumped. I'm like, there's the young dude, the young calf that's trying to take it to the old bull. And like, that's kind of the role that you're supposed to be in. And as the veteran of the sport, you're a supercross champion. You're supposed to be the guy that says, hey, bro, no, Not happening. You ain't getting no fucking free passes. You ain't getting nothing free off me. I'm still here. I'm trying to win this shit as well. You know, so it's like you guys kind of both played the roles that you're supposed to play, you know, and it's a huge learning lesson for him, dude. And it's one of the things I spoke to Myrtle, and I was like, man, this ain't your last storm. This might be your first storm in the 450 class, but it ain't your last. And I think probably the disappointing thing, at least this was the thing that I was disappointed about, was seeing some of the comments and like the way that people were piling on. And that said to me that it wasn't this issue. It was people were kind of waiting for him to stumble to pile on. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it's been brewing. And dude, no one wants to see the young, good-looking, cute Australian boy come in and just fucking murder their heroes. And like that's what happened at A1. And people aren't just going to be stoked on that. Happened to Ricky, happened to Chad, happened to James. Just I think it's part of the process.
I also think that there's a way you go about it, and I think in our industry there's a thing that results are only thing that matters. But I think there's a sense of our culture and stuff like that to where there's a little bit of etiquette. I think there should be gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same. It goes with like skating. It goes with all these industries. If you're corny, we don't care if you're good, you know, we don't care if you can do everything, you know. I feel like there's a part of it that is like very, very manufactured but at the same time, you make the big money if you're pretty manufactured and you're doing that, you know, like look at Shaun White.
Yeah.
You know,
Scotty James.
Yeah, they're very much so different in compared to the culture.
The core, you know, come from the streets kind of vibe.
Exactly. So I think that is going to ruffle some feathers. But even if you are that and you're coming in, keeping it real with everyone is always going to get you somewhere, you know? And sometimes I think the message from that side feels a little... obviously powerhouse, obviously, it's just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So I think as far as that goes, it's people are waiting for it. They're waiting for a reason to not like him, you know? So it's just tough. You know, they're in a situation that is just, they have the microscope on them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.